Alright guys, welcome back to the Fog Entertainment channel. We're reviewing the Mayans MC. What happens when when handling Snakeskin?
What comes of handling Snakeskin? I mean, we've did this about 100 times and this guy can't fuck. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Just you do it.
That's it. That's it. That's our intro, right? So let's talk about the episode, because I'm not having the day of the introduction when I've did about 50 fucking intros for this channel in the past 2 days alone. So let's get stuck straight.
Well, forgive me if I can't remember the name of the bloody title. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just told you about 10 times. Anyway, we've got 3 episodes to go. We kick off this episode. Santa Padre are laying the smackdown on Stockton.
I don't know. To me, we'll call the title. We'll call the video "Bunch of Tortillas Fighting in the Fucking Car Park." There you go. Big Packer would be proud of that title. Speaking of Packer, you're listening in this episode. In case you didn't know, he is he's got cancer, so he wasn't in it. But there was
about 5 episodes out of fucking date here. Can we talk about what happened in this?
But there was a shitload of relevant people in this episode. We were introduced to the Oakland territory, the Oakland Charter. And I'll be completely honest, I didn't even know the Oakland Charter existed anymore. I thought the Oakland Charter were gone. Ever since Alvarez stepped down, they didn't make it clear. They did not say that Oakland were still going. They did not say anyone had taken over.
Well, I guess did they really need to?
What do you mean, did they really need to?
Well, I think they should have just shown them rather.
No, but the fact that Alvarez is on about 3 kinds and Oakland's not one of them, and that's the main charter, would suggest to me that Oakland was done.
And this guy points out the fact that he was one of the founders.
Yeah, so how would he not be one of the fucking 3 kinds?
Well, he's a meth head, like maybe Alvarez took that into consideration.
No, I think they just fucking wrote this at the last second. I don't think they'd ever planned to bring Oakland into it. I think Oakland was extinct, a bit like Rangers, and then they thought, you know what, we need Oakland here to help Stockton, and that's what happened. So.
Yeah, so they batter Stockton at the start of the episode.
Yeah, the Mayans go in, Santa Padre go in, they beat up people from Stockton. They're looking for Ramos. They can't find Ramos, and they beat up some Mayans for Stockton, and they go into like Stockton. I'm assuming it's like, you know, shops that pay Stockton protection money, and they just go in and beat them up and trash the stores, not steal their cash, trying to upset the Stockton, I don't know, fan base, or not a fan base, but the Stockton area. So they're maybe trying to turn the Stockton area against the Stockton club. That's what I was getting for that. Then we move on.
Yes, we're at the motel, and
no, wait, that's not. There was something happened before that.
What happened before that?
Letty says to
Coco's
Coco,
fucking waste. He returns home.
Coco says, "I never asked for you" or something. "I never wanted you," and she says, "Well, I don't fucking want you either." And no wonder. I mean, her dad's a fucking waster. I mean, you thought her mother was bad, but Jesus Christ, Coco's turning into his ma 2.0.
Well, should we just discuss Coco right here and get it over and done with?
I'm surprised Coco hasn't started prostituting his daughter for his drug money.
Or himself, for that matter.
That seems to be the next step. But yeah, she storms out, leaves Coco laying there, who wants to score. I mean,
Hope then comes over. He does score.
That was later.
But we'll just talk about it now, right? I'd rather talk about the Mayan stuff instead of then going, Coco OD'd.
Right, but I think we could make a video to follow Coco, because I think he's arguably went from the second best character in the show
to the worst.
To like one of the worst in the space of what, 6 episodes?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Someone said that, commented that. But yeah, I mean, even the way the Hope person was looking at him, I was kind of thinking he was dead. It kind of just seems suspicious. Did you not pick up on that? I did. I kind of thought there was a lethal injection in there. Not to quote Spencer FC, like, but you know, maybe that. What's that guy's name? Isaac. They kill him. Is he dead?
Why would he want that when he's trying to get me to steal 3 bricks of cocaine or heroin?
I was just fucking. Well, it's just a wee theory, man. I'm not saying it's concrete.
Hold on, that guy needs Coco. He's stealing 3 bricks of heroin, and he's going to kill him.
Well, there's a proof. How can Coco get the heroin? The heroin from the other fucking charter now?
Oh, he doesn't know that. He already got 1 brick. This guy's going to think, well, you got me 1, you can get me 3.
Well, Coco should have fucking said that to him. It's literally impossible for me to get you this coke or heroin.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Coco shouldn't have got him the first brick. But whatever, we'll move on.
We'll move on. Coco ODs here at the end of the episode. Letty comes in, shakes him.
Can you overdose without dying? Or is it only called an overdose if you die? What's the technical term for...
You can OD.
Well, they're not passing it. Well... But it's an OD not when you die.
But see, there was loads of scenes in Breaking Bad where like Jesse's like this and Walt's like shaking him, he's no waking up.
I say loads of scenes, I can only recall one.
I know, but there is loads of scenes where Jesse's out of it. That's my point.
Wait, actually, I think I can remember two.
Well, that's my point. There's loads of scenes where people are on drugs. And
No,
they're
actually,
fucking
no. Wait, I can only remember one. The scene where Jane dies, he doesn't shake him. It's the episode before where he's trying to get the money deal with Gus Fring.
Right,
He's like, where's the fucking
yes, I get
product?
that. I get that, right? But if he did shake Jesse when Jane died, he would have got the same response. Hee-haw.
Aye, probably.
Aye, so that's my point, right? But yeah, so is Coco dead?
I'm going to say no because I mean they already killed two pretty relevant. Well, I say two relevant. One relevant and one kind of, you know, who we'll go on to next.
I think they could kill him, right? But I think the fact that his death's going to have no impact whatsoever makes me think he's not dead.
Yeah, like I mean, if he's.
But I watched the promo for next week, and it looks like he's in like a morgue gown.
I could not. Remember, he gets rushed to hospital. I couldn't imagine that Coco's never has an interaction again with the club.
Yeah, it was not a goodbye. Maybe that would make it more tragic, so to speak.
Is it possible he doesn't die and he just gets kicked out? But if he gets kicked out the club,
I'd rather this than get kicked out. Where can he go? Was he going to team up with fucking Paolo, who we'll get to, by the way?
Yeah, but let's be honest, if Coco gets kicked out the club, is there any need to keep him in this? I mean,
no. And he's too big of a character just to have gone.
What do you mean he's too?
What, just kick him out and we don't fucking see him again?
Well, did that guy that no fucking ran on Opie? What's his name?
Oh, aye, because he was such a massive character, like Kyle Hobart.
Clay got kicked out the fucking club.
Aye, but we've seen him.
Aye, but that's what
sent to jail.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think if Coco get kicked out, I'm not too sure. There's no connection. Clay was with Irish, and I mean,
Coco's just connected to Meth Mountain.
I don't really see if Coco get kicked out the Mayans. I don't really see where he. And then Letty, if Coco gets kicked out, then she's. Oh, well, see, to be honest, like I think I think this is only her second episode this season.
Yeah, something like that.
It's kind of weird, like.
And it was Oscar's only second episode. A few people's. You'd expect them to appear a lot more.
I think Oscar should have featured much more heavy, especially if they were going to kill him in this episode. I think he should have been featuring it heavily throughout the start of the season. It kind of just like, oh, we're in a. I mean, last time we see the guy,
they're on a bridge.
You know, we've seen him at the end of the other episode where they gave the drugs to those guys.
Right, true, yes.
But I mean, let's be honest, he's not been featured heavily. And well, we don't want to spoil what happens, but you know, for what happened to happen to him, you'd think he'd have featured more going into the episode.
We've already spoiled what fucking happens.
Have we? I don't think we mentioned he was dead.
You mentioned it about 10 times already.
Alright, well, what happened next?
Jesus Christ! Right, we had
Hank just was abusive to Big Steve, and I didn't like it.
Let's just get this straight. We're not lefties, but I thought.
Well, I mean,
I thought this was a bit. I actually thought this was a bit excessive. Like, I've got no problem with bullying scenes like this, but I think there needs to be a bit of content. It was just for no fucking reason.
I think it was that bad. But then again, it must have been bad because he kind of felt sorry for him. I went over and had a word with him and all this.
No, he proper fucking went through him. It was like over nothing.
Yeah, I could wait because
it's literally Hank's got nothing else going in this show, so let's have him bully the prospect.
See, apart from Hank trying to console that bartender woman and saying what the fuck, Steve. I mean, what's Hank contribute?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. They can bully.
I'd say we play a bigger part in the Mayans by simply reviewing it than Hank does.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could say that's a bit far fetched, like, and that's a stretch. But here, when you're on Planet Stasiak, when you're on Planet Fog Entertainment, anything can happen.
You think I'm a little crazy-ack? But talking about crazy-ack,
a bunch of druggies. Normally they don't get into the club, but apparently that's what Oakland's fault. Maybe that's why fucking Alvarez jobbed it. Maybe that's why Alvarez got transferred to the cartels. Club was.
Yeah, even though we did get a 30-man Mayan Royal Rumble, my favourite scene here is probably when he starts ripping the piss out of Bishop's height.
Yeah, your little feet couldn't touch the pedals there. Bishop's like, well, they can touch them now.
Are you sure about that, buddy?
They stand up and the guy's like 2 feet taller and they're like...
I think that's why they had the meeting. Like, it felt pretty jobber in that motel. Like I get it, they were in Stockton, so they couldn't exactly do it at their clubhouse, but, I mean, that's why they were sitting down.
No, right? I know this is off topic again, but how come you see where they were filming this, obviously during COVID, and they're just getting on as if nothing happens, then shite shows like EastEnders literally are having people not go within 2 meters of each other.
Do you think people know what EastEnders is watching? I mean, maybe bar the odd UK viewer here.
No. Well, basically, if you don't know what EastEnders is, it's like one of the worst fucking British sitcoms you'll get. But people are actually, they don't go within 2 meters. I don't know if they wear masks on it, but
They're doing shops and shit.
But anyway, it's kind of weird. I mean, you can imagine like I don't know, well, say Bishop walks into a shop, like even like if Angel walks into a shop, you're hardly gonna be like, right, you big biker man, put a mask on.
A wee biker man, put your mask on. Before I give you.
Sure, mum, were you the day, wee man? You have to be over 18 to buy those cigarettes, Bishop.
Anyway, though, Diaz talks about the Sun, says they were racist even though they had a Hispanic member in the first 9.
Yeah, and this guy says he was one of the founding guys, yeah, in the whole Sons of Anarchy, we never seen him. And if this guy was in Oakland, should we not have seen him?
Maybe this was the guy with the big mustache. And he's he grew some height and he shaved them up and he just looks completely...
Well, hold on, that guy with the big moustache, where is he?
I know.
Have we seen him since Alves turned in his patch?
No, maybe this guy's fucked off, I don't know, maybe he's dead.
I thought we did see him. Oh well, maybe we didn't. But where's that guy? That guy looked like the Hispanic Hulk Hogan or something. Like, what you going to do?
They agreed to bring down Ramos, but even here I could tell that these bastards were plotting something.
Well, even if they weren't, I mean, they're that fucking coked at their dome. I mean,
yeah,
you can never trust a junkie. Gus Fring said it best.
You can't. There's not even a level of trust. They're just unreliable.
Although I would argue Jesse seemed pretty trustworthy in season 4. To be honest, like seeing season 4, I mean, that's why Gus goes with Jesse. I mean, fucking Walter's becoming unhinged, but I mean that's a different show for a different day.
Talk about coming unhinged. We have the 30-man Royal. I know, actually, not before we get to the 30, the stuff that's over. Let's talk about Adelita for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's get her over with. She comes in with that Mimi person and. Like, Minnie, who gives a fuck what her name is, right? She doesn't. She
comes in with Bishop.
Now, before she comes in, there's a bunch of boys like playing a game or some Call of Duty, and it's like a teenage girl is like bringing them food, and they kind of tell like move your ass out the way, and then one of them like simulates that he's going to grab her ass or something like that. And then you're
Pop. Jerry Lawler was fucking marking over this.
What's the big guy called? Well, not the big guy, just the guy.
Jacob? No. Oh, Pablo.
Pablo's he's not doing anything. From what you've seen, he wasn't encouraging any of this. I don't remember seeing him in the scene. He's just kind of more like in the background. And then Adelita walks in, sees us, doesn't seem to be happy with how the boys are acting towards the women. And I guess like the women are all cooking and the boys are playing games over it. I don't know what's happening. But then Pablo says, look, you left us. No, it's kind of dead.
Would they rather the boys cook the meal and be a pish meal? So they can just be like, yeah, quality.
Well, I mean, it could be a pish meal either way. I mean, men tend to be better cooks, so I don't know where you're going with it.
Alright, well, I don't think there's a Michelin star chef among them.
You know, Gordon Ramsay
probably fucking dirt.
Alright, okay.
Point is, I don't give a shit. This wasn't right. This wasn't right to kill him. One of your loyal soldiers for that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, have you ever noticed on Hell's Kitchen, right? When Gordon Ramsay's bringing in all these Michelin chefs in to take them for the taste test and that shit. They're all men.
I know.
It's very rare you see it.
Listen, how can Adelita have a problem with potential toxic masculinity in a group?
That's what I got from it, right? That's what I got from it.
Boys being boys, so to speak, but yet she's fine with literally leading an army of children into war with guns.
Yeah, I mean, where's the sense in that?
Where's your, what's the word? Fucking humility? I don't know, what's the word?
Humanity?
Where's your humanity there? I mean, it's
hypocrisy, like it really is. I mean, I don't know how she can. Oh, look, there's boys playing video games and they're toxic, but here,
what's worse?
I'm going to lead them into fucking guns and drugs.
What's worse? A couple of stereotypes or fucking. I mean, that Minnie pushed some kid off a roof. Oh yes, he was a rat, but he's about fucking 6 years old. Man,
I know. How can Adelita say she's a good person here? She's not.
She can go fuck herself.
She's not. She's in the wrong.
I hope we don't see them again. Then she just shaves kids' head like she's a fucking nonce.
You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck. You can try and stab someone in front of the police like you're the greatest kid ever. But what? You were forced into working with Galindo. You deserve to die.
Good night.
You know, every kid never threatened anyone's life. All he did was say, "Look, we're in the fucking shop here." Alright, he might have been a traitor, but I mean, come on. Again, normally I wouldn't object. Normally it wouldn't make a difference to me. I'd think, right, no matter what you do, I mean, kid or whatever. But I mean, I do think that's a bit harsh, like.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. But in terms of like the actual character, But then again, if she's fucking having child soldiers, I mean, how can you root for these people?
Yeah, if she's okay with having child soldiers, then I suppose she's going to be okay with killing them. But
and we're not talking about like 15-year-olds here. I mean, fucking some of them are like the kid who pointed the gun at her was about 6.
Yeah. What's your name? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you not point at the gun at her before she stabbed Pablo? Anyway, yeah, she stabs Pablo, the guy that was loyal to her and all this shit, and I don't know. So now then she starts shaving all their heads. So now this group, the rebels, have just turned into Adelita with a shaved head and a bunch of kids.
Where's this going?
I guess that's Mimi. I guess that's her second in command now. Awful.
Oh, I'm sure the Mayans are fucking quaking in their boots.
I don't see how this group, you know, plays a part. I never got what the whole story was in season 1. Or they're trying to, you know, stop the drug flow in the Glendale cartel or whatever, you know.
Could you imagine if you got a couple more scenes with Oscar in this episode instead of these scenes with Adelita? This episode could be like a fucking 9.
Yeah, it would have added
10.
It would have added
like if it did a lot more.
I mean, it would have added so much fucking more, but we didn't get that.
But we didn't get Felipe, Galindo, or Emily, so
you can't complain. I mean, I think Galindo's borderline unwatchable at the moment. Like, ever since
it's going to be in the next one.
Ever since his ma died, he's just. I mean, I get it's tough, like, but fuck me, man up a bit. You know?
Everyone's morals in this show.
Oh shit, shouldn't you say man up?
Everyone's well, he's a fucking cartel leader, man. If you can't tell him the man up, you can tell the man up.
Everyone in the show, who's morally? Maybe Felipe. But then again, was he not going to kill Jimenez in season 1? I guess Gabby's morally.
Well, his horse collapsed, to be fair, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess Gabby hasn't really done anything wrong. Like, I mean,
no.
I guess Easy's alright. Like, but I guess
he's a fucking murderer. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's all.
Yeah, but let's get into the murdering. Well, it wasn't really.
Yeah,
murdering.
I know, but I would say that if you're in a club like the Mayans or the Suns, I would say Easy about as morally good as you can get.
Yes.
Obviously, if you're leading that life and you're prepared to kill someone, that you're obviously a bit fucked up or whatever. But I would say he's about as good as you can get morally. Like, I mean,
yeah, kind of like Juice before turning rat.
Yeah, I'd say he's more morally better than like Jax.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's the way the cookie crumbles, though.
And I guess you could argue what he did. Anyway, let's speak. So. They're waiting on the rest of it, Oakland to get there, or Stockton to get there.
No, they're actually waiting to go out to Stockton, but then they arrived because it was an ambush.
Alright, okay, so the ambush happens and it's Stockton and it's Oakland, and they're basically beating up San Padre, and then I know they beat up Creeper, hit him with like a bat or something, takes him down. Steve bottles it, tries to run. They're like, "Yo, chase that fat guy," and they start chasing Steve. Steve to me seems white. I don't know.
Same with the Oakland president.
Yeah, the guy that says
he's called Diaz, like
the guy that wasn't allowed in because he's racist. Yeah, even one of the founding members of the first 9
did
was.
Did they check his fucking birth certificate like they did Juice?
Yep. So yeah, they're getting a fight and all truckload comes. They'll jump out and start beating up. They're outnumbered here, but San Padre kind of hold their own. I mean, they were probably outnumbered. I'd say close to about 3-1.
Yeah.
I'd say it must be close.
Like, I know there was a couple of Tucson members, but at the same time, like.
Now, when you say a couple, you're actually not exaggerating.
Yeah, it was 2. It
was like fucking literally 2. So yeah, and then
Oscar shows up. I'm here, papi.
That was pretty good.
Best Eddie Guerrero impression.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to get him over. I mean, I don't think he got into a fight with anyone, did he? He kind of just stood there and watched them while they were beating up the rest of them. Steve was legit getting the shit kicked out of him for about this whole 6-minute scene, and I think he should have been dead. Especially when he went to the angle from Steve's perspective and he's looking up his point of view, and see the sound effects. I was expecting like
a bludgeoned fucking corpse.
No, I was expecting like when it was only supposed to be like a fight or something, and then by the time it finished, they didn't realise that they actually killed the guy. I thought that's what it was going to be, especially when you've seen his perspective looking up and people. But somehow Steve manages to get a shot fired. And he kills the guy that we've seen at the start of the episode, whose name...
Chopo or something? I think it's Chopo or something?
Whatever his name is. He kills him. Meanwhile, in the hotel room, it's a 3-on-2 fight between Bishop, Taza,
Diaz,
Diaz,
VP, and some other guy.
yeah, some other guy.
Sergeant.
I don't know. It was the handle.
Yeah, well,
Or
but what's actually pretty cool about this fight, though? You've actually got a VP and president against a president and VP. But it didn't really feel like it.
You know, I mean,
It felt like two meth heads against a midget and a fucking boring bastard. That's how fucking came
well,
across.
was that not what it was?
Yeah.
Essentially, like, I mean, yeah, then they get in a fight, and then Bishop, Taza starts stabbing people with like this wee knife, and then Bishop headbutts Diaz. Like, I don't know if Diaz is dead or not, but I mean, it kind of gave you that impression that he could be dead.
I don't think he is, because two presidents in the one episode.
You're saying Alvarez is done, but it's something like that. Not is that not?
Well, I think Alvarez will be back at the fucking gavel soon enough. There's nobody left.
If he's wiping out presidents, like fucking, there's no tomorrow.
They don't grow on trees, folks.
No, I mean, sooner or later they're going to be like, we need El Papi back.
El Jefe.
You know, I mean, Alvarez, and at this point, I mean, what's Alvarez's? I mean, why is he with Galindo? He should never have jobbed out and put the patch in. He shouldn't have done that.
I know.
But he did. Anyway, yeah, like I said, Steve shot the guy. So the police come, and the Mayans just bolt. You know what? They left. Oh, like they leave a Tuscan guy behind.
And Creeper's like, I'm going, cover me.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, that's just a cool action thing you say.
Alright, okay. Well, they're not going to cover
Never
it.
heard that before?
Yeah, no, I get
that's
it.
That's the fucking Georgie cool action scene, and you didn't know I was getting that?
No, but the fact is,
I'm not leaving him behind.
Yeah, I'm not leaving them behind, and the rest of the Mayans like, fuck him.
No.
And then they leave Creeper behind. You could maybe accept they're leaving a guy that ain't from their own charter behind, but they left. I mean, where was the other guy actually? Where was the other guy for Tuscan?
I don't know, man. It was that much of a fucking.
Is he dead?
People were saying this was like greatly choreographed. I wouldn't like. Would you really say it was? It was kind of just fucking
a fucking mess. Like I thought it was all over the place.
I guess that's what. I think it works though.
Yeah, and then so Creeper goes back. The rest of the Mayans just leave. The police then come, and it's that corrupt cop for Stockton that apparently Ramos Oscar has in his back pocket.
And it doesn't seem as much as a heel now.
Yeah.
Seems like so much more laughable.
Someone tells, I don't know, someone in the Mayans turns around and says to Creeper, you and your boy there are going to be dead by morning. And then you've got the Mayans stand the Padre, they're regrouping, and they're like, oh, this is fucked, and then Easy says, I've got an idea. So he's got an idea, guys. And then the cop guy is told by, I need to speak to Ramos. He takes Ramos in the car. They're driving down the lane. He's listening to like fucking mad music, and he's like, "Oh, here, wait, you hear the chorus, the breakdown," and he's like getting all
break it down,
weird thingy, and he pulls over and he's like, "Wait for it to Ramos," and Ramos is waiting for the breakdown in this song. And then the next minute, Easy blows his brains out.
Good fucking night. President Oscar Ramos hits the deck. And there was a couple more shots, and the guy's like, "You're supposed to drag him out. Drag him out." And then, yeah, that's it. Easy returns to Gabby's house and our parents' house in Lodi or something. And he sees blood on his hands with his wee napkin. Good night, and that's a big man, big Oscar. One king down, one more left. And what's going to happen?
Yeah, but who is the other king? What part? Who is he from again?
What is it? I can't remember. I know who it is. It's that guy who looks like fucking Nacho a bit, to be fair to him. I know who it is. I can't remember though.
I'm assuming he's in the next episode.
Yeah, I watched the promo. They meet on that bridge again. But in my opinion, is
and they're not beyond meeting.
Yeah, they're not. The battle lines have. I mean, I said it in this episode, but they've just fucking killed one of the other kings. And these were brawling.
Well, I guess you could say in The Walking Dead, like, I mean, Rick and the governor meet after. There was a couple of deaths on each side, like, but still.
That was kind of because, here, I've got a tank, Rick, you need to fucking come down here.
Yeah, but why would the governor meet if he's got a tank?
Because he had hostages and he wanted demands. They don't really have any leverage here to fucking do shit like that.
No, yeah, no, but no. Why would the governor want to be interested in negotiating? Rick's got nothing he needs.
So why didn't he just kill fucking Herschel and Michonne instead of using them as hostages then?
He didn't have them at that stage.
I did?
No, when they sat down at the meeting.
Oh right. I thought you were talking about the season 4.
Get it right. Right, get it fucking right.
How fucking jobber was that episode?
People had already died though at that stage. Your wee guy that was a prisoner that helped.
Aye, but I wouldn't argue at that stage.
And then Rick had
was it a full
well, Rick had already. Hold on, Michonne had already wiped out a bunch of members,
We took
a
it
lot,
wrong.
a lot of his guys, and then Rick in his coat and Fade at Woodbury and shot a bunch of people.
I took
Whereas
it
the only
wrong.
guy the governor really
Wrong.
took it was. He took it the guy that was with him, I guess, from the prison. And then he took it the other guy from the actor for the prison.
But I get that, but I think this is a bit different. I do. That's just my opinion.
What are they going to discuss?
I know. I don't really know what they're going to discuss here. But yeah, this begs the question. Where the fuck is El Palo, guys?
But regardless what they discuss, Stockton will want revenge. Doesn't matter if the other guy from the other charter's like, yeah, you know what, let's just draw a line under this. Will Stockton not be like, yeah, draw a line in my hole?
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously Stockton went to kill Easy, shot him. Then these ones have killed 2 Mayans in retaliation. But then Santa Padre kept going at them this episode.
Yeah, should that not have been it?
Exactly. Even then, you could argue, well, he didn't die, and you just killed 2 of ours. So really, you're not really.
But then again, look at San Padre. They went to about fucking 10 FMs.
You still expect it to be.
And then they didn't even get a member killed, so Taza fucking kills a member himself, and then they freak out, when in reality they should have been like, well, hold on, we did wipe out about 7 of their guys, 8 of their guys, maybe we'll just let this one go. Which is, you know, I mean, fair's fair, you have to add up the numbers here. I mean, look at Alvarez, right, in the Suns. Rafi gets whacked and he just takes one black guy out, you know what I mean? It's like, an eye for an eye, 1 for 1.
You just killed one of my best soldiers, I say. Anyway, right, what about El Palo? I've gave my thoughts. What were your thoughts on El Palo?
What can you say about me? What's in the episode? I haven't seen him for like 3. I'm beginning to forget what he looks like, to be honest.
Do you think he's going to show up?
I fucking hope so. I think he's one of the best people on the show. I think he's one of the best characters on the show.
Well, but it makes no sense. Like, where the fuck is he? Is he just going to keep on dropping suns?
Maybe he's listening to Montez's face. Maybe he's just going to lay low and keep an eye on them, as Montez said he was going to do.
No, but even if they make it like he teams up with like Stockton or something, or no, the other charter of the Mayans, like it's one fucking guy.
What I think perhaps, is there any way that El Palo could be the new president of Stockton?
He's not even a Mayan. I don't know where you're getting this from.
He's like a half Mayan. It's close enough. They have a working relationship. They obviously. Well, I don't. You think Chibs travelled all the way down there to speak to some fucking no-name club, no-name fucking guy with Cutland?
Because they were closest to the ones at the border.
Yeah, well, there must be VM Mines, same thing.
Oh, I
Bunch
say
of
fucking hell.
bunch of.
Well, don't you think the Mayans would have been a bit more bothered than killing about 15 guys in the desert? No.
Well, no. Anyway, right, that's it. I mean, make a video on.
Yes, we've talked here for 28 minutes.
Well, will El Palo be the next Stockton president?
No.
Well, maybe if they did a better job of fucking introducing characters and developing characters, they would maybe have more options to be the next president. But at the moment, I'm looking at it. Well, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Alvarez? I think if he's going to go back, he'd go back to Oakland. Is Oakland president even deed? I don't know. Where's Handletash guy? We don't know. We don't know any of this.
Maybe he's in jail or something.
Maybe Coco's going to get transferred or something. Who knows?
Maybe Coco's dead.
Maybe Coco is dead.
Anyway, though, that will do it for this episode. In terms of a rating, what would you give it out of 10?
Good episode. No, I liked that. Good episode. I felt there was a lot. I mean, that Adelita shit was bad, but at least there was none.
Give it an 8.
There was no Galindo, no Emily, no fucking, no Reyes.
What, was there not a phone call from? Was there not? Well, there wasn't. There wasn't.
Nah. I'll give it an 8. Could have been a 9, but I'll give it an 8 because. Actually, maybe
I gave it an 8.5 when I reviewed it, but we don't give half, so I had to get a high. I think it was a 9. I took Adelita stuff off it.
I'll give it an 8. And
I feel like, as great as the brawl was, I feel like there was definitely points deducted from it.
I'll give it an 8, guys. An 8's no bad score.
8's no bad.
8's alright.
8's no bad.
8 it is.
8.